Testing. 1, 2. Testing. I, I really hope this works. All right. Well, shit. Did I turn that one on? Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, definitely already had that one on. So this, damn, ADHD sucks sometimes. Oh, trauma. Okay. Okay. So in my past video, I was talking about how trauma was the reason why I was overweight. Being overweight was not really something that I was aware of. So like I said in my past videos, I used to tell people like, yeah, it's my choice. It's my choice. It's my choice. Me now as an adult, realizing that sounds kind of crazy. You know, that doesn't kind of correlate with people who love themselves. So as I got older, I started to realize like, wow, I just really hated myself. And I was just telling myself that I love myself. I guess you can say there was like a weird toxic aura around me. Or you can just say I was depressed. Or you could just say there was a lot of traumatic experiences happening around me and I couldn't do anything about it. And because I couldn't do anything about it, I took it on upon myself to just hurt myself with it. You know, it sounds weird, but when you care about people a lot, you start to hurt yourself. And sometimes you don't acknowledge that you're hurting yourself, you know? So, like, you know, I had a single mother who was always working and she was always sleeping. So we never really held conversation. And my mom wasn't really one of those people that was like, oh, lovey-dovey and always wanted to hug me and stuff like that. Which, you know, now thinking about it, I wish she did. But now she does it. So it's like really important. So all you older guys who need a hug, go hug your mom. You know, I think you guys should probably go hug. Go give her a hug, you know. Yeah, so I've really very much hated myself for a long time. I didn't realize it. And, you know, what I've realized in the sense of everything is that when you do love yourself, sometimes there comes a point where you do hate yourself. Because with love come hate, you know? There's always like, you know, a yin and a yang to everything. So, you know, if you love someone, sometimes there could be a point of hating them also. So I guess I'll just be more, you know, honest about this. So at some point I started to like, you know, have some frustration towards my mom. And I think it was because I couldn't help her or I felt kind of useless to her as a son. Because, you know, she really wanted me to go to school and do all these things. And for me, I was like, yo, bro, like, we're kind of struggling here. Like, let me go to work and let's kind of do this together. But she was like, no, I don't want you to go through the struggles that I went through when I was a child. Which I understand now. I didn't understand before. So I was getting so angry at her and being like, dude, why didn't you let me do any of these things? But in reality, all she was trying to do was prevent the things that happened to her when she was a teenager and when she was a young adult. And she just tried to, you know, do what was best in her head for me as her child. And I can't blame her for that. You know, I'm pretty stupid for blaming my mom for trying to be a mom and the only mother that she knew she could be. So, now growing up, I'm understanding, like, dude, you're way too hard on a lot of people. Like, way too many people. But the one person you were hard enough, like, really hard on, Gregorious, you, was yourself. And I think that a lot of people should hear that we're way too hard on ourselves. We put too much pressure on ourselves, that life is just a whole bunch of pressures that we have to deal with. And one day it's just, you know, we either figure it out or the pressures, we put it to the side and we go to another pressure. You know, that sounds like really bad to say, but it's the truth, you know, like it's just a whole bunch of pressures and there's nothing that we can really do about it. It's just a part of life. You know, if you have children, you have to take care of your children. If you have parents, sometimes when they're getting older, you have to take care of your parents. There are so many things that come with life that as a young adult, I think that you need to be more prepared for, and a lot of people aren't. My bad, I went into an ADHD tangent. Let's see if I can go back to my point. So my point was, there was a lot of hate behind those 200 pounds. So like, you have to really think, like, I lost half of me. So now I'm like 180 pounds, you know, 180 pounds to 400 pounds. Realistically, it was 396 pounds. And honestly, if I'm going to be like really like, serious with you right now, losing the weight was pretty easy. Like, I didn't really like notice it. All I did was walk. You know, you just gotta walk. I drank water. Water is really good for you. You know, I know like some people don't like the taste of water, but who cares? Just drink water. It works. You know. Walking, exercising, a little bit extra exercising, like, you know, push-ups, sit-ups, leg ups, like simple things like that. Nothing crazy, nothing crazy. And also, I fasted. So, like, that was my secret. So, that's my secret, okay? If everybody wants to know the secret of, like, how I lost the weight, is I fasted. I did a lot of research before I did it. Everyone told me not to do it. Like, everyone told me. They told me, don't do it. I didn't know what I was doing, but I kind of just winged it, you know? I went through the trials and errors, you know? I went through some days of not eating. That was horrible. So some days I went eating and not eating. That was even worse because some days I had energy and some days I didn't. Some days I would just not eat, but then just do, like, you know, like a vegetable water cleanse. And I felt good during those days, you know? Like, it felt like all the energy was in me. And then, like, all I was really doing was, like, you know, pain. You know? And the constipation went away too. Honestly, like, it just made life so much easier. Let me think. Let me think. Community, like, definitely community helped a lot. Like, I had a bunch of friends who were like supporting me. They were telling me like, "Good job, let's go." Like, that was really important. It's really good to see, like, cause you don't see it. Like, I still don't. Like, I still see 400 pounds. I like this to me, like this. I feel like this, and I don't think anybody really understands that. You know, like sometimes I really have to tell people, like, yeah, you know, I still feel the same way that I felt like when I was big. Like, I really do. Like, I don't feel like there's anything different. Like, the mind change, the maturity, obviously that has changed a lot. But the cool dude that I am, that just became cooler, you know? Like, I just feel like I just became, like, you know, I went from here to here to here, and then, like, I'm all the way up there, and I'm just like, oh, I gotta put myself back down. Nah, we're gonna stay up there. But I don't know. I feel like life kind of, I had a choice, all right? So what happened for me to want to change this weight was, I was gonna be honest, okay? So I think I was like eating on, like, so in one of my past video, I talked about how eating was my emotion. So some of you guys have to think about it. When you eat, right? What do? When you eat when you're sad. You eat when you're happy. Sometimes you probably eat when you're mad. You probably eat for a birthday party. You probably eat to celebrate something. You probably eat when you're sad and you want a bowl of ice cream or chocolate, or food is emotion, bro. Like, I don't think I'm crazy here. Like, food is emotion. And then that emotion kind of shows on your body. And I don't think a lot of people pay attention to those things, you know? Like, our body is a representation of who we are inside. So if we put stuff that's good in our body, like nutrients, energy, you know, not these processed things that we're eating every day, you know, if we remove those things, I feel like we'd be happier people. But we just want to be fast, man. Fast food. KFC, McDonald's, Burger King. I don't know, bro. Like, whatever happened to eating a home cooked meal? Oh, there's not enough time. I'm like, bro, come on, man. There's always time. There's always time. You find time to do something that's not important or good for you. But you can't find time to do something that's good for you. That makes no sense. Okay? So I think we need to work on these things. I think we need to work on saying that we love ourselves, but then we don't do things that show that we love ourselves, you know? And I'm a hypocrite because I did that. And guess what? It showed on my body. But now it's showing without, like, you know, I don't have to show it anymore. I'm showing the love and care that I have inside, which is cool. I think. But yeah. Damn, man, I forgot the point that I was trying to make in that last point. Shoot. Hold on. I'll be back. My bad. I definitely went on a tangent, and I lost myself somewhere. But we pulled ourselves back. We are pulling ourselves back. Okay. So the story on why I decided to lose weight. Okay. I was in my bed, and I was like really sad. Like really. Like I don't know. I think I was. It was at a point in my life where I was just like over everything that was going on. I overate at that point. I think I just was binge eating. And then I laid on my bed, and this side of my body started to like, it felt like I was having a heart attack. That's the best way I can say it. But maybe it was an anxiety attack. Maybe it was a heart attack. Maybe it was an anxiety attack. Maybe it was a heart attack. I don't know. Like, I really don't know. But all I know is I was on my bed like this. And like, I was like, and like, I just had to stay there. Like, I really just had to stay there, just like this. And I had no idea what to do. And I was like, I need to change my life, bro. I need to change my life. Like, this can't be a thing anymore. Nope, we're not doing this. We are not doing this. So then we decided to lose it. But I don't know how to do it. So I did a lot of research first. I know I wasn't going to be able to do this without research, or like I'd be lost. So I did a whole bunch of research, the keto diet, this and that. Because I've done all the other ones. What is the not Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, done that. And ever since that day, of the heart attack, ever since that or anxiety attack, or just realizing that God sent me a sign to lose my freaking weight, I went whoo. Everything that she told me, I listened to. She also told me about like even going to therapy. I didn't listen to that advice. No, I did. I actually went to therapy. Therapy is important when you're losing weight, because you really don't know. And I'm going to tell you right now, you don't know what's behind the weight. You don't. There's a lot of stuff behind it. It's you. Like, it's you. Like, it's you behind the weight. And you're going to have to face yourself eventually. I had to. And honestly, I'm pretty cool, So, like, hopefully behind that weight, you kept that inner child, and you're the best person ever, Best person ever. Again, the best person ever, because that's all you can be. You can only try to be the best that you can be. Don't try to be anybody else. Just be yourself, man. Like, I made that mistake so many times in my life, and I don't want to make that mistake again. I just want to be me, Gregorious. I am Gregorious, So I hope you guys stayed this long. I don't know if this is gonna be put out, man. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. A little bit of hopefully inspo for people. People know that you can do it, and a little bit of the stories of how you even got to this point. Like this. Yeah, this story and journey is crazy. Like it's one of my favorite journeys. I can't even say it's one of my favorite journeys because, well, honestly, I've had mad journeys. Like it was like over there and over there, and I was there, and I was maybe back. Never back, never back, but forward. They're all there. I'm like, whoa, there's a lot. There's a lot that I can do, and I'm just having fun with life now. I love myself enough to. Damn, I never thought that I'd say that. That I love myself so much that I just want to show people that like you can do it too. Oh, I think we found the point of my channel or Instagram, social media. That loving yourself might be difficult, but it's possible. Like I've been through a lot, self-harm, anxiety, trauma. I'm gonna even be honest, dude. Like after losing the weight, I had even like a form of like being scared to eat because I didn't want to gain the weight again. So I just wouldn't eat as much, like that fear of it happening again, or you just like I realized that the weight was so much and I didn't want to gain it back. I knew that if I went back into those bad habits that I failed. Not even failed. More so like I wasn't in the position that I was now and I probably retracted and I didn't want to do that. You know, I don't. I want to keep going forward. I think that's the key in my life is going forward. Like looking back and like learning from my mistakes, you know, like I'm always learning from my mistakes. But when it comes down to it, it's always looking forward, man. There's so many things. There's so many beautiful things when you look up. I used to be one of those people that just look down. But like that don't work, bro. Like look up. There's so many beautiful faces, beautiful souls. There's so many beautiful things, you know? So yeah. I hope I got like some of this out. There's obviously gonna be more. There's so much to the story. There's like my love for my mom, love for my dad, love for my family. You guys don't even know about my like second family. I do martial arts, you know, like whatcha? That was like that was a bad kick, honestly, like, you know. But yeah, I do martial arts and I grow a bond with like a second family also. And that's like that story is good to tell because that was a story that kind of like got me here, you know? So like my family got me to some point and then I got myself into another point and then they helped me get myself into a bigger point to like where I'm doing this. So there's a lot of appreciation that's going to be said in these videos. And you're going to be hearing a lot of stories about how I've overcome a lot of I can't even blame anybody anymore. Like the truth is there was a lot of hate in this heart, bro. And I used to tell people like I got no hate in this heart for anybody outside, but I had a lot of hate for me, bro. And uh I ain't gonna feel like that anymore. So I hope you stick by. I hope you enjoy the show. I'm gonna try my best to edit this as you know as best as I can. I hope my mic picked this up as it says it's picking it up, so you know it's like whatever. And we're trying something new. Subscribe, follow, comment, like, or just say hi. You know, like love you guys. Bye.